Alrighty, I'll take a look. It's really important that, you have your windshield wipers for your doors, because they get dusty sometimes and you really want to make sure you keep them clean. What the fuck? Alrighty, I'll just go to the shower. We're chilling, about to look for some properties. Take a look. Oh yeah. I wanted to record real quick. Today, I got my first I got my first car sale deal today. It was a half deal, but still, a deal's a deal. Basically, I had a woman who had come in and she was looking at a certain kind of car. There's like certain details I can't share, so bear with me as I go through this. She was looking at a certain kind of car. She wanted to buy it. I showed her the different models we had in the different years, and she didn't like any of them because she was like, they're all too expensive. And then we had a 2023 come in, which was a lot cheaper. It was a really great deal. And texted her, said, hey, when would be a good time for you to come and check this out? It's going quick, so let's get you in here. And today was my day off. And I told her that. I said, hey, tomorrow I'm not going to be in, but let's find a time. She just decided to randomly show up and not tell anybody. So my guy at the dealership, he calls me, he goes, hey, that woman's here. I was like, oh my gosh. So she randomly shows up, and I am like literally about to hop on a Discord call with Henry and a bunch of everyone else who's in the program that he has. But anyway, I'm about to hop on this Discord call. I'm like, fuck. And I'm not changed. I'm wearing a hoodie and like sweatpants, okay? And I'm like, okay, is she like, she's in the building, right? It's not like she's gonna show up in a half hour, like she's in the building. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, like, by the time I actually get ready and drive there, it's a 40-minute drive. Like, by the time I actually, like, get there, it's gonna be an hour. She's gonna have to wait an hour. I'm like, fuck that, because we're just gonna lose the deal. Or by the time that I get there, someone else would have already got it. So this guy, like, we're chill. And I just said, hey, like, I'm gonna slide the deal to you, which basically means that I said, all right, I got her in, and then you sell her the car, and assuming that you sell her the car, then we'll each take half. It's called a half deal. So he was cool with that. Hopped on the Discord meeting, and about a half hour into the Discord meeting, I get a text from him, and he's like, yeah, like, we got it. I was like, let's go. So, yeah, we both made a commission off of that. It was sick. And I kind of wanted to be there for it, so I was a little bummed out, but I'm super glad to have got something. And a half deal is better than no deal, so I'll take it. And I got to, this is the thing, is that I'm just starting, and so right now I have base pay, so I make minimum wage for every hour that I'm there, plus commission on whatever I sell. And I get that for the first month, I think it's a month or two, until I'm like, good, I'm trained, I'm ready to go, and I'm out on the floor full time. Once that happens, then it's all commission based. So he is all commission, I am not, and so I was like, hey, it makes sense, like, I am not gonna not give him the half deal and then try to show up and be an hour late. Like, it's just like, whatever. Cause like, I don't have to hit a certain number of cars. He does. So I was like, yeah, let's just do the half deal. And so I didn't show up, and I sat at my desk and I was on the Discord call, and I made a commission. And the commission, I'm not gonna say the number. The commission, it's not a shit ton of money, but it's not nothing. And it was like, I sat there, I saw the text, I was hyped about it. I asked him how much we each made. I saw the number, I was like, cool. And then, like, this is what y'all have to understand. I'm gonna grab the tripod. Hold on, where's my tripod? Because I don't want to hold this camera like this, because it's not fun. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so basically, I see the number, and this is the thing, is my version of, not version, my view on money is skewed, okay? Keep in mind, all right, like, last night, I watched a Togi video, and, like, I've heard about Togi, but I've never actually watched one of his videos. I was like, okay, there has to be more to him than just, like, steroids and drugs and gambling. So I watched a video. It was funny, made me laugh, but the video I watched was betting my net worth on black. That's the video I watched. That tells you everything you need to know, okay? It's the first one that popped up. I was like, all right, I'll watch this one. And it's absolute insanity. It made me laugh. I'll probably watch more of his videos. I thought it was funny. But it's just insanity, right? And he has like a shit ton of money in cars, watches, whatever, that he's now gambling. And that's what I see, right? Not to mention the stuff I see on Instagram, not to mention the numbers I see Henry doing, right? Like, it's just like my version of money is skewed. There goes my computer. Hold on. There we go. So I saw the commission, and again, like, it wasn't in the thousands, but it wasn't nothing. And
I saw the number and I was like, cool, whatever. And then I like kept like looking at the Discord call and like watching that. And then I was like, hold on a second, like I just made like that much money sitting at my desk doing nothing. And like, yes, there were hours that went into it previous, but keep in mind I'm on base pay as well. So when I was at work, I was getting paid hourly. So I just made this set amount of money on top of what I'm already making for just sitting at my desk and being on a Discord call. Like I didn't have to do anything. I texted this guy and he texted me back and we called once. Like that's all that happened and I made this commission. So it's just wild. And I caught myself in the moment of like, oh, it's not that much money. Because I just like watched this crazy video of Togi betting his net worth on black and like all this other shit, right? And then I had to stop and have to be like, dude, 17-year-old me would be freaking the fuck out right now. You know? Like, it's just crazy, y'all. It's crazy. And like, I'm gonna say this. I'll say this. I used to work at Super Deluxe Burger. Y'all know about that. And I would go in and I would work a shift, which was about 8 hours. So we'll just say I just worked a night shift, right? So I'd get there at 5 p.m. I'd leave around 11:30 or so, maybe a little bit later. And I would be paid hourly, minimum wage hourly for that. And actually at the end, it was a little bit above minimum wage because I became a supervisor. But anyway, basically it's minimum wage. It was $1 more. Wow. But I could see how much money I'd made in a night. Like every night I could actually check and see how much I had made exactly, which was pretty cool. But the number that was the commission was higher than the number of me working an 8-hour shift at Super Deluxe, if that makes sense. Like I made more money on that commission than I did working a shift at Super Deluxe. That's a better way of saying that. But that's what I'm saying, is like, and that was just one car. I'm like, what if, you know, and also this is the other thing, the woman who came in, she didn't get any like extension packages or anything like that. Like if people buy more shit, we get paid more. And so yes, you know, it's going to be a different world when I'm off base pay and I'm just commission. But the fact of like, just right now in this moment, being on base pay, getting that commission, that's a half deal. So I only made half the amount of money I would normally make. And it's still more than what I would have made working a night at Super Deluxe. That's fucking wild. So I had to catch myself, like I said before, because I was so caught up in that's not that much money, and then I went, wait a second, that's not nothing, and it feels good. If 17-year-old me could see this, he'd be fucking bouncing off the walls, bro. So that feels good. And first half deal at 19 in car sales, I'll take it. I want to get a full deal. I want to have my own deal before I turn 20, but that's cool. A half deal is cool. And I made a commission off of that while I sat at my desk. The other thing I'll add in, which is like good and bad, is that I'll never be content working any sort of like fast food or 9-to-5 minimum wage job now. After seeing that, like after sitting at my desk, getting that text and seeing that number, I'm never gonna be able to just like be content in like a, what someone might call like a normal 9-to-5 setting. Like that's the only bad thing. I mean, it's good and bad. Good in the sense of it pushes me to be better, pushes me to have more drive to do more. Bad in the sense of like, there's no, like that feeling will always be there now, if that makes sense. Like, Jesus, y'all. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But after seeing that, it's like, there's no way that I could ever, not ever go back to it. Because, you know, if shit happens, shit happens. You got to do what you got to do. I don't want to go back to it by any means. But, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. My point is, though, I will never go back to that and feel content. And so, it's fucked. The whole thing, oh my gosh, y'all. Yeah, no way. I'm stuck in sales or doing something else for the rest of my life. Like, there's no way. And that's a blessing and a curse. But there's that. There's that. And there's something else I was going to say, and I forgot what I was going to say, and I hate that. Hold on, wait for it. Okay, yeah, so basically, the thing I was going to say is that I feel excited about it, obviously. But the thing that feels really exciting isn't the fact of the money. It isn't the fact of, oh, I made my first car sale deal. Like, these are all cool things. But the thing that like gets me, that's like, oh, that's sick, is the fact that I didn't do anything in the moment. Like, yes, I did stuff previous to get that woman to come into the dealership, right? But I hadn't, like, it wasn't, okay, she came in, I gotta put on these clothes, and I gotta rush to the dealership, and then I gotta sell her, you know, like, I didn't have to do any of that, and I still made a commission. Like, I just sat at my desk. Like, that's crazy. And of course, you know, if I would have gone to the dealership, I don't think we would have sold the car. I think waiting over an hour for me to show up, or about an hour for me to show up, probably would have sold it, you know, in the opposite direction, if that makes sense. But if I had been there for whatever reason, I would have made double that commission because it wouldn't be a half deal. So it's just like, dang, like, you know, I sat here, and even though it was only half deal, like, I made that much for doing nothing. Like, gosh, if I even just put a little bit of effort in, if I just get change and I go to the dealership, you know, and like the next person that say, they're like, oh, I'm going to come in a half hour, and then I get a little heads up, or I'm already at the dealership, already on base pay, and then I also make a commission. Like, it's just crazy, y'all. It's crazy. And like, there's my computer again. But just a little bit more effort to make double that number is fucking insane. And the fact that I didn't even put all that much effort in, I texted a guy twice and called him once. That was it. And then I sat on my computer and I did a Zoom call for wholesaling, which is completely different. And then I looked at my phone and, oh, yep, you also made like a bunch of money. That's insane. So yeah, guys, moral of the story is I can't, after seeing that and like living it, like there's no way I can just go back to a normal like 9 to 5. Like I'm just, it's done. It's done. Also, apparently, according to him, because he's been in the business way longer than I have, he was like, oh yeah, like, dude, like, yes, we made this commission, but like this isn't even a good commission, man. Like this was like a bad deal. Like, you know, I was like, dude, this is a bad deal. Like, fuck you mean it's a bad deal, right? So just yeah. It's cool. It's pretty cool. And like, even if, I mean, I guess it's different when you are totally on commission and not also have base pay. But to think like, okay, that's a bad one, like a bad deal, and then still seeing that number and being like, that's a bad deal, makes you think. And then this is also where my version of money is skewed, is like, I have both sides of it, right? I have the like, that's insane, I made this much money and I did nothing. And then there's the other side of it, it's like, that's actually not much money at all, right? Because, you know, I hop on Instagram and I see people in $5 million cars. And that's like what I see normally. And so that just ends up becoming my reality because I focus on that. And then it's like, oh, a $25,000 car isn't that much money, right? So there's two sides to it. But, you know, you got to take it in steps, right? I'm trying to get the $5,000 car, totally, or not $5,000, $5 million car. I'm trying to get a car. Let's start with that. I'm trying to get a car, and then we can go to the $5 million car eventually. But like, there are levels to it. There are steps, and I need to remind myself of that, because when you open your phone and the first thing you see is the person who's twice your age and has like not even 10x, like 1,000x your income, like you're just like, what the fuck? You know, and then there's kind of this imposter syndrome that kind of starts to creep in, like, why aren't I there? Like, gosh, like I need to work harder, I need to do this so I can get there. And it is true, that is true. Like, you know, not necessarily the harder you work, the more money you make, but it does help, right? And so there's that. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. There's two sides to it, right? There's the side of, you know, 17-year-old me would be freaking the fuck out right now. And there's the other side of me that's like, that's actually not much money in the grand scheme of things. But compared to what I was doing 2 months ago, it is a lot of money, right? I mean, I was just in my car, y'all. I was just in my car. Like, that's like... Okay, I know I keep going on and on about this, and I'll shut up soon, I promise. But like, again, it's not the money, it's not, you know, the fact that I sold a car, did a half deal. It's the fact that I sat there and did nothing and still got paid for it. Like, the commission could have been like $10, and still, like, the fact that I just sat here, like literally right at this desk, I was sitting at this desk and I sat here and I made money. That's insane. So, the fact that the number was what it was and I did nothing I did stuff previous, but in the moment I did nothing to get that and I still made that money is crazy. Like, guys, how has it been that easy this entire time and I have only figured this out now? Like, what the fuck? Alright, y'all, welcome back. It's Halloween. I have nothing to do. So the gym's open, so I'm gonna go to the gym and we're gonna get a solid lift in. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna pick up an energy drink. Probably shouldn't be doing that because I've work tomorrow, but it's Halloween, and so I'm gonna use that little excuse to treat myself to an energy drink before I go hit shoulders and probably legs too. It's gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna make a sick edit. I'm gonna take the cross tour. Hopefully the cross tour does fine tonight. It has been so far. It's been good. So we're just gonna go with that. And yeah, we're gonna make a sick edit. I haven't done like a car edit with the gym in a minute, so I'm excited. Alrighty, y'all, welcome back. Today is November 1st of 2025, and your boy, at 19 years old, just got his first car sale today. Let's go. Felt pretty good. It was like the easiest sale possible, I'm not gonna lie. They came in, they knew exactly what they wanted. It was right at the end of the day. It was like 6 p.m. I've been calling people all day, nothing. It just kind of sucks. And I'd pause and I'd scroll Instagram for a bit, like I'm losing the focus, right? So people come in last minute, like we got 2 hours left, and they know exactly what they want. We have it on the lot. I pull it out, they take a look at it, they test drive it, and they're like, we don't want this model, but we want the other model, but like we don't need to drive the other one because we know exactly what we want. We go in there, they like the numbers, they sign off on it. It was like the easiest sale possible. But I got my first sale, so that's pretty cool. All right, so I got the first sale. That felt really good. The other really cool thing is that, so in like dealerships, they have this big board, this big grid, and basically every like team member's name is written on one side, and then there's like boxes that go all the way across. And every time you sell in a whole car, you get like a full deal, you get a whole box, and then if you do a half deal, you get half a box. And the goal, at least for me, my personal goal is to get at least 10 cars, sell at least 10 cars in a month, because if you sell 10 cars, you get your bonus, which is pretty sweet. So the goal is to get to that 10 so that you can get the bonus or even more, because, you know, after 10, like, the bonuses get crazier the more cars you sell. And last month I had half a car, or like half a deal, which I talked about, and I'll throw it all in the same video. So earlier in this video, and this month going in, it's November 1st, so brand new month, board was cleared. I came into work today, I had nothing on there. It was kind of like, dang, like I want to get my name back on there. Didn't think it was gonna happen today. I was like, all right, you know, it is what it is. And then it did. And so it's me, and there's this one other guy who, he's either about to turn 19 or he already is 19. But the other younger guy in there, everyone else is like in their 20s or older. So we're the two young guys in there, and we both sold a car. So that was really cool. Like, okay, the two youngest people in there got their names on the board. Or not their names, but got a sale. So that was cool. I'm not gonna say too much. I don't know if he wants his stuff on the internet, so I'm not gonna say too much. But he was showing me how to do things. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so he was helping me out, which was nice of him. And we got to talking, and like he has the entrepreneur mindset. I like that. It's always nice to meet someone who also has it, because that's been so rare for me. Like that just started happening a month ago, so it's really cool to be like, oh yeah, and this person has it too. But not only that, but like have like conversations about it, you know. Like our conversation was brief, it was maybe under 10 minutes, but it was still like super cool to be like, oh yeah, like there's someone else. And you do kind of like, you gotta wonder, like, okay, you know, 18, 19, even 20 years old, you're in car sales, like there's gotta be something there, you know what I mean? So it was cool. I suspected with him, I was like, I wonder what else he's doing, but it was cool to actually hear what he had to say and make that connection. So that was super duper cool. So I got a sale before 20, let's go. that feels amazing. Like, oh yeah, I was selling cars for 20 years old. It's just a fun fact. And really cool to make a connection with the only other younger person in there. And not only are we like a little bit more like we know of each other now, but also like he has the mindset, and he gave me his TikTok and I watch his TikTok and I'm like, holy fuck, dude, like he's doing more shit than I'm doing. I'm like, damn, I gotta level up my game here, you know what I mean? So that was cool. So yeah, good day, wanted to document. Really cool to go from getting a half deal to now I get a full deal. I haven't looked at the money I made on commission, but it's not so much like, oh, I made this much money on commission. More of it is like the feeling of like selling a car, or not a car, but just getting a sale. More of it is that's what it is. Just getting a sale, like knowing like, oh yeah, I did make money. Like it doesn't even matter the amount of money. It could be $5, but the feeling I get when I'm like, yeah, I made a sale. Like that's what's worth it to me, and I'm excited by that too, because what that means is I'm gonna want more of that feeling, right? And so it's not gonna be money oriented, it'll be feeling oriented. So instead of, oh gosh, I gotta hit 10 cars so that way I can, make that bonus, like that'll be part of it, sure, but that won't be all of it. A lot of it will be like, I wanna feel that feeling again of, oh yeah, I made a sale. And I believe that if that's really what I chase, then I will get more of it that way. So that's my goal, 10 cars. We're gonna see if we can do it in November. First month in car sales, like first official month, hit 10 cars, get that bonus, that would be cool. But regardless, I turn 20 in 10 days. Got 10 more days, last 10 days as a teenager, which is a trip. And yeah, feels good. So it was a solid day, wanted to document. I'm about to make some TikToks and go to bed and wake up, and who knows, maybe I'll sell a car tomorrow. You never know. So yeah, also that's the other thing I'm gonna say, you never know, is like, I spent the whole day calling people, absolutely nothing. I made an appointment with a guy and he was supposed to come in today. He didn't end up coming in. So I'm like, I'm there, I'm ready for him, and dude just doesn't show up. And it's like, fuck, like it sucks. And towards the end there, I was losing my focus, and the universe or, God or whatever you believe in, whatever higher power you believe in, kind of like was able to turn that around for me, and gave me that opportunity to make that sale and kind of like keep me on it and like keep me on track. So grateful for that. It was pretty cool. All right, more in the next video. I'm trying to get these videos out. I know they're quick. I feel really good about video 20. I feel really good about this video 21. And I honestly think it's because I'm not trying as hard. Before it's been like, okay, like I need to make content, but now it's like whether I have something to bring to the camera or not, I'm just sharing ideas. It doesn't feel forced. It feels genuine. And I've always tried to make my content genuine, and a lot of the times it has been, but there have definitely been moments where it's like, fuck, like I need to get a video out. Like, what do I say? What do I talk about? So it's nice to not have that feel forced. And setting that goal of, okay, getting out a YouTube video every week, not only does it keep me on track, but like sometimes I don't have shit to talk about. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just talking, but it gets me more comfortable in front of the camera, and it makes the content more genuine, which is what I want for you guys. I don't want to make shitty like fake content. Like that's not what I want. And so, yeah. But more soon. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I started posting every day on TikTok. So if y'all have my TikTok, go follow my TikTok. I'm gonna try to scale that as well. Of course, YouTube is my main goal, but we're gonna get on TikTok. I just want to create an audience, and that way when well, I won't say that yet. Daniel and I are working on something. Or more, Daniel's doing his thing. Let me put it that way. Daniel's doing his thing, and y'all know he's good on the computer. He's good at building things, and I'm less good at that. I am better at in-person interaction. I'm better at sales, that kind of thing. Like I'm more like marketing, and so I kind of see it as my job to build the audience. And Daniel's working on some magic right now, guys. And I want to have an audience to present that to, because it's special, and he's doing a good job. So more soon. Thanks for watching. I know I said that like 3 times, but there you go. More soon.